Hello, everybody. Today we are going to study about the scope and significance of public administration, which is the first chapter of Paper 1. So, coming to scope, there is a narrow view. Scholars of the narrow views are Simon, Smithsburg, and Thompson. Narrow view is concerned with the executive branch and deals with the visible part of the government, the executive branch. Broad view is supported by scholars like Wilson, Dimmock, and White. It states that public administration is concerned with executive, legislative, and the judiciary, and also the interdependence between these three branches. There is a managerial view which is supported by scholars like Herbert Simon, Thompson, Luther Gulick. These view says that public administration should emphasize in the managerial functions, that is the planning, control, and budget. This is the main view of the managerial view. The integral view believes that the success of the organization, the success of any organization, lies in four different activities, namely managerial, technical, clerical, and manual. These are the four types of different activities that is very important according to this view for success of any organization and simultaneously for public administration. The process view. The process view, as you can already tell, deals with the processes involved in an organization. This view is being forwarded mainly by Luther and Gulick. The planning, organizing, staffing, this POSCSDCORB, POSCORB. Then it comes to the subject matter view. It endorses that public administration should emphasize in services. Services are the reason why government came into being. So, according to subject matter view, it endorses this plan that public administration should especially emphasize in services, reason why government came into being. There is also a contemporary view which has four parts: the descriptive part, the normative part, the assumptive, and the instrumentive. Descriptive part deals with organization structure, hierarchy, such as hierarchy, scalar chain, span of control, etc. Normative view deals with what ought to be done by the practitioner. Assumptive view deals with what practitioners are doing. Instrumentative deals with the tools and techniques adopted by an organization to attain goals. So this is the contemporary view. So now we come to the significance. What is the significance of this subject? The significance of public administration can be learned from two perspectives. There are mainly two perspectives, that is the practice and the discipline. How we practice the subject and how the discipline as a subject takes the subject forward. Public administration is critical. Significance of public administration, there are three parts. That is, it is critical to the modern welfare state. The essence of the civilization depend on the effectiveness of public administration. From the discipline perspective, it is critical to the students of the public administration. And as a whole, if we take everything into account, this whole perspective, these two perspectives are taken into account, can be said that it is critical to people at large, because citizens can maximize benefits when they are aware of their rights, and it is the responsibility of the public administration or the state being the key term here, to make every citizen aware of their rights, claims, and duties. So this is the significance of public administration, how it applies. So next, coming to the public and private administration. Administration is generic whether public or private. The difference mainly lies in the background of the operations. Private industries are also engaged in the welfare of the society. Public organizations are also engaged in profit-making process. The private industries, such as orphanages, are run by private, but for the good of the people, that is the welfare state. Public organizations, such as the ONGC, is run by public, but they are profit-oriented. They are not very much welfare-oriented. The similarities between the private and public does not lie in the area of function. Nope, it does not lie in the area of function. It mainly lies in the domain that they are trying to work. There are also some dissimilarities in this regard. Political characters and accountability. Public part has very much political character and it is very much accountable, whereas the private has an autonomy. To a very large extent, it has autonomy. There is a legal framework and procedural difficulties in public organizations because they are strictly bound, because they are under constant scrutiny. There has to be a legal framework, but such things don't apply to private because they are governed by their own rule. They are under this sphere of circle of their own rules made by them, so they are quite autonomous. There is uniformity of treatment in public organizations because there has to be. There cannot be discrimination, there cannot be inequality. It has to be uniform in treatment. Everyone has to get similar treatment. But private is under no constraint as such to be uniform against everybody. They can discriminate. I'm not saying discrimination in another sense. I'm saying discrimination as in how things ought to be done. So there is also a problem of monopoly. Public enjoys ultimate monopoly. There is no one in our present world that has more monopoly than public organization. Private does not have monopoly. There is public scrutiny. Public is in public organization, there is public scrutiny because obviously it is run by people's money, so there is scrutiny and they are more exposed to media, they are more answerable, they are more questionable. But private does not have such because they have their own finances and everything. Coming to finance, in public organization there is huge control over the finances because everything is coming from the people's money, so departments are engaged in financial control and there is extensive control, whereas in private companies such controls do not remain because they are governed by their own rules, as I have already said before. So this is all about this chapter and this is all about it. So if you enjoyed it, if it was helpful, show some love. Thank you very much.